Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope you all had a great day today. I know out here in the Coachella Valley, it was another beautiful, gorgeous spring day. A little breezy, 70 degrees. So it was absolutely a perfect day. I know I'm grateful to be alive today, as usual. Hey, well, my book, Healing the Man Within, well, the main focus of my book is sexual abuse of boys who become men. I also address emotional, physical, and spiritual abuse. And earlier today, I posted this question from my book, Healing the Man Within. So, what is spiritual abuse, and what can we do about it now? And that's on page 109 in my book. You know, I'm often asked that question, what is spiritual abuse, Randy? Well, I'm glad you asked. So, what is spiritual abuse? I'll start by saying that abuse of any kind, emotional, physical, sexual, or spiritual, is solely about power and control over other people. One technical definition for spiritual abuse is it is when a leader with spiritual authority uses that authority to coerce, control, or exploit a follower, thus causing spiritual wounds. Spiritual abuse also damages the central core of who we are. It leaves us spiritually discouraged and emotionally cut off from the healing power of God. It rapes us from our innocence, integrity, and spirit. It does the opposite of what God and religion are intended to do. And another form of spiritual abuse is religious abuse. And actually, I believe religious abuse is the worst of the two. It does lead to the spiritual abuse. And the religious abuse is something like this. Are you using your belief system of religion, whether it's Christian, a Buddhist, and yes, even atheist, to force others by means of guilt, shame, fear, brainwashing, and elitism to believe as you believe? Then you are religiously abusing people. That might not sit well with people, but that's the fact of the matter. Our job as Christians is to speak the truth with love. We speak the truth with love, not condemnation or judgment, but with love. Our jobs as Christian is to not only talk about the love of Christ, it's also to display the love of Christ. And to the best of my knowledge, Jesus never instilled guilt, fear, or shame into anyone, nor did he brainwash them. He only spoke the truth with love. Philippians 2:5 says, you must have the same attitude that Christ had. Now, none of us were back there walking the face of earth when Jesus Christ was walking and talking to these men, but I can imagine reading the Bible and other spiritual readings around the Bible that it was one of love, patience, and tolerance. I have seen and talked to hundreds of people who have been turned off both to God and the church, and myself being one of them, by people who choose to condemn, shame, and judge people who don't have the same belief they do. It was only when people started showing me, not talking to me, not judging me, not condemning me, but showing me the true love of Christ, that my relationship with Christ, after turning my back on God and the church 38 years prior, was restored. Yes, I'm a Christian, and yes, I believe there is only one God. That's my Father in heaven. And yes, I believe Jesus is the Son of God. I don't believe my job is to judge those that are struggling and lost. I also believe my job here on earth is to be loving, patient, and tolerant of my fellow man. Sounds a little bit like Christ might have been with people. I'm not Christ. I'm just saying I'm Christ-minded. My job is to lead those that are lost and ready back to Christ, or to Christ for the first time. But words aren't enough. Again, we'll refer to Philippians 2:5. You must have the same attitude that Christ had. And I believe that was one of love, patience, and tolerance. Love, patience, and tolerance, speaking the truth with love, and not one of condemnation and judgment. I believe it is time we start showing people the love of Christ by our actions, and not just talk about the love of Christ. Words are meaningless without action. So, Are you truly walking the talk, or are you just talking the talk? Hey, look, there's a whole chapter in my book on the spiritual abuse subject. My book, Healing the Man Within. You can get it either at courageoushealers.org, or you can go to Amazon.com and get it. It's also available in a Kindle format. Or if you live here in the Coachella Valley, or you can pass them through, I'd be glad to hand deliver you a book. I'd love to meet you. So until next time, everybody have a super blessed night. Take care of yourself, love yourself, and nobody tells you they love you today. Randy does.